One bright spring morning down at the Central City Zoo, Pippa the penguin was watching the birds. She watched the way they swooped and soared through the air, with the sun turning their feathers gold and the clouds dusting the tips of their wings. Pippa wished more than anything that she could join them. She must have voiced her thoughts out loud, because before she knew it, Corbin the crow had landed on one of the rocks in the penguin enclosure. "You know, that's never gonna happen, right?" he asked her, pointing a wing up toward the birds above them. "I don't see why not," Pippa answered with a shrug of her shoulders. "Well, for starters, your wings aren't meant for flying." The crow scoffed before spreading his own wings and smiling smugly. "I, on the other hand, have these beauties that are just perfect for gliding on the wind." "I know my wings won't be able to get me up there as they are," Pippa agreed. "They're built for helping me swim, and they are quite good at that. But that doesn't mean I can't figure out a different way to fly." "Ha!" Corbin cawed. "You seriously think you can find a way to fly with the rest of us? What a joke!" "If you're so convinced I can't, why don't we make a little bet on it?" Pippa suggested. The crow seemed to consider this for a moment, before his face broke out in a victorious grin. "Since I'm practically guaranteed to win, I think I will make a bet with you," he called to Pippa. "I'll wager that whatever flying method you devise for yourself will be no match for how high my own wings can take me." "Then we have a bet," Pippa replied, holding out a wing towards the other bird. "Just give me a couple days to make my new and improved wings." "Ha ha ha! You're gonna need all the time you can get," Corbin laughed as he flapped over to touch his wing to hers. "And a whole lot of luck." "I think a little hard work is all it will take." The next couple of days were full of hard work, as it turned out. On Pippa's part, at least. She spent every morning gathering new supplies she would need to construct her new wings. She ended up building a decent-sized propeller. Pippa knew it was going to be pretty tough to keep the propeller spinning, so she spent her nights practicing and training, but she kept at it night after night. Meanwhile, Corbin had spent very little time practicing or training at all. It made him fat and slow. "Are you finally gonna let me win this silly bet?" "You'll have a fair chance of winning, just like I will," Pippa answered evenly as she strapped on her propeller. She could hear the crow laughing at her. But when the robin she'd asked to act as referee called go, Pippa took off into the air. She pulled on the little string over and over and began to rise up and out of her enclosure. For the first little while, Corbin shot quickly above her, hovering and teasing her every now and then. But Pippa paid no mind. She kept pumping her little foot. Before long, Corbin began to grow short of breath. He huffed and puffed and wobbled where he hung in the air, his wings growing tired and heavy from flapping so hard to keep his extra weight in the air. Corbin dropped from the sky and Pippa whooped in triumph. She propelled herself even higher, just because she could. And when she was finally able to reach out and brush a cloud with her little flightless wing, she knew she had finally achieved her dream. And Pippa couldn't help but laugh. "I told you, Corbin," she called to the still breathless bird lying on the wall above her. "Hard work and a little determination is all it takes."